Boom, 2-1 draft deck. We're here drafting with pros in Washington, D.C. at the pro draft camp. So let me show you what's going on. This is pretty cool, actually. We got in here a bunch of Pro Tour winners. Bunch of Pro Tour winners in here. So many good players. Got a name on the board. I'm in here for the next draft. There's actually another T-Woo here, so I can't go by T-Woo. And then there's some more action in here, so let's check out the deck. But man, it's cool being here, picking a lot of good players' brains. Welcome and much love, Trev here. And this is, man, key to being good at Magic is networking. Paulo, Andre, Ruben, so what, there's 3. Joel, 4 Pro Tour winners here, really crazy. And this is something that happens when the new set comes out. There aren't always that many players. Christian Calcano. What's, yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Key to networking, yes. So they do that. They do this on the East Coast and the West Coast when the new set comes out, before GP Richmond, before the Pro Tour. Get prepared. Everyone submits their data to forums. Alex Madrilton, some of you may know, are running it. But yeah, talk to people. Talk to people. Make friends. And you're not going to be able to just jump into something like this. But man, network. Save yourself from having to do it all yourself. Learn from other people. All right, let's talk about the deck itself. This is a 2-1. It was okay. I'm happy with 2-1 with this deck because it doesn't have any rares, but it has 1 rare. One thing I noticed about this draft format is you don't need rares to win. You don't need a good deck to win even, necessarily. All the decks look good. The difference between the best deck and the worst deck is not that much. You just have to play well. It's classic limited. If you're attacking when you should be blocking, you're going to lose. If you're blocking when you should be attacking, you should lose. There's tricks. There's value. The commons and uncommons are super good and can beat the rares. So I really like this draft format. There's cycling. There's less mana screw. So far, I have a 3-0, a 1-2, and a 2-1. The difference between the 2-1 and the 1-2 is just better play, honestly. The difference between the 3-0 and the 2-1 is better draws. This was close to a 3-0. I had an opportunity to top deck this for the win. Let's talk about the draft itself. First pick had the option between these 2. I think maybe I should have gone with the white one, but I went with the blue one. Shipped the white trial, and after that, what's interesting is white started flowing. I got Gust Walker late, and that card's super good. Tag Crop Elite late. 3 of these tabled. So a lot of people would be like, yo, I'm not going to move into the color I passed. But it's not about the person to the next of you. It's about what's open at the table. So it doesn't matter to me that the guy on my left is white. It matters to me that I'm the 3rd white drafter, which I'd like to be. White's quite good, and I'm going to pick what's coming around the table. So I moved in for that. I was debating between green and white because I got, where is it? Somehow left my deck, but I had a good green 3-drop that came around. But once pack 2 came around, I got another Gust Walker. I figured, all right, I'll be green-white. Ended up passing some insane green rares. It didn't matter too much. At this point, I was just filling in my curve. It's important to have a lot of 2 and 3 mana plays just so you can play Magic. In the 3rd pack, I got past the white trial. And from there, I picked these. Picked some of these. I first picked the blue cartouche, actually, not the Gust Walker. And then I picked the 2nd cartouche over Avon Wind Guide because these are so crazy. These cards, they look innocuous, but they're crazy. This combo is crazy. The white cartouche and all the cartouches are good on their own. So I value these very high, commons and uncommons, and that's how you beat rares. Didn't really have much removal, but you don't really need it in this format. The removal is expensive. It's better just to curve out and attack. So ultimately, this is what I went with. And I think the next draft might be firing. We'll see if someone flags me down. But the games themselves, the match I lost was against red aggro. Again, I could have top decked this at the end. The +3/+1 trick wrecked me. And the Tunnel Digger that makes your guy unblockable, cheap creature, 2 power, super, that's tough. So Versus that, I sided in my cats, which I had, in my renewed faith. I also have this thing, but I didn't have enough embalm to make it work. Second round, I was paired against green-blue, and he fought it a bit, but I don't think green-blue's that good. Maybe if you can give your fat blue guys flying, but he wasn't able to, and I was able to just fly over and chump block and palm his big stuff. And then the third round, I went up against a blue-black deck that had a terrible curve, so I just jumped him every game. And it's like I have a good late game as well. So one key to this format is when you exert and when you cycle. For exert, don't exert unless you have to. Exert when it pushes through extra damage. This makes it easier. This card is great. For cycling, don't cycle unless you have to. Like, there were times when I only had 2 lands, but I didn't cycle this turn 2 because I figured I could cycle it turn 3 if I needed to, and then I drew a bunch of lands and I was happy I didn't cycle it. There wasn't really a time where I was like, I wish I had went back and cycled it, because you can delay this decision. You don't have to use your mana at turn 1. And those are the keys. So I hope you find this helpful and useful. I'm about to get off here and jump back into that next draft, see what's going on there. Those of you who would like to be at something like this, sorry, I can't just invite you to it, but I can help you myself. I do limited coaching, and we have a program, Network Magic Mastermind. There'll be a link to that somewhere below, where I'll look at your drafts. You can see, get on the fast track for a new draft format, any new draft format, how to get real good real fast, and that's it. Excited to do a bunch more drafts this weekend, and then go for it in Richmond next weekend. And ultimately, I think it'll pay off, but there's a lot of good competitors here getting the same benefits. So that's it for me, and I'll see you in the comments. Those of you who want help drafting, click on that link and apply. And everyone else, I'll see you in the comments. Much love.